Alrighty guys, how are you doing today? Currently, I'm just setting up something. Trying to set up something because, there we go. Trying to set up, okay, so things are working as it should. I've, just opened YouTube on the side. So, today, I am going to be continuing drawing this character, Bancroft. She's in some of my older videos, very old character, but I figured, hey, I gotta get back to drawing sometime, so this might just be the character I begin with. It's been a bit. First of all, I am going to make sure that I have the pen I want. Yeah, this is the one. I'm super nervous. But let's get started, eh? And today I'm doing this on my iPad. In truth and fairness, I actually enjoy, at least so far, drawing on my iPad more than on my tablet for like Huion. And I think it's just because there's a little bit of a difference in feeling to it. I feel like the tablet's just a little bit slicker. Or sorry, the Huion tablet's a little bit slicker, whereas the drawing tablet I'm used to, which is this one, is a lot more receptive to my movements. I feel like I can do smoother lines. I also know more of the shortcuts too, so when I want to use like that line curve, I can hold it down and that's nice, whereas on the tablet, I don't know how to do that, the Huion tablet. So I probably just need to keep on using it, but for today, for this video, I'm going to be using the iPad. So some people might wonder, why did I take such a long hiatus? Well, I would say it's because I just got out of the military, but at the same time, I've taken longer hiatuses in the past. I would say it's just, I've been pretty tired lately, and for that reason, taking a break, but I don't know, I feel like I have a little bit more motivation right now. So I'm more confident in doing this. Now what I'm going to do here, because this is like a sort of metal plate now, isn't it? I also apologize if you hear any rustling in the background. My neighbors are on the louder side, but I'm hoping that it doesn't bother you guys too much. Certainly better than when I was in the military barracks, that's for sure. I think that looks okay. Now comes time for the rest of the school. I'm just gonna take this one step at a time. Thank you as well for tuning in, if you are. I appreciate it greatly. And I did this sketch a bit ago and posted it on Instagram. I didn't post the sketch here on YouTube, but if you guys would like to see that, I just didn't think that it was, I guess, important enough to post that here. But again, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you, as always. And as I'm doing this, I'm not really using a reference, so I'll probably come back later like, ah, oh, I've messed up something. But that's okay. I'd be using a reference more carefully if I was doing something that, like, was more or less, how would I say, important on it, like, what's a good example? Like a commission of, or something like that. Suddenly realizing the error of my ways, though, because that skull looks pretty shoddy now, doesn't it? This skull doesn't look like a skull. I'm actually going to restart here. When you take a while between doing a sketch, suddenly things look a little bit wonky. What was I thinking with this? And I'm going to try to keep this, I guess, not too long of a live stream. I guess I should pull up OBS just to make sure how long it's been. It's been about 8 minutes. It's crazy that much time has already passed. I guess it makes some amount of sense. On average, my drawings take anywhere from 3 to, like, on the longer side, 8 hours, but longer side drawings are fairly rare. My friend and I doing a comic, that's on the longer side because it's a lot to keep in mind. If that makes sense. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything done all right when it comes to that. That's looking a lot better. And I think what I was doing here was something like this. Yeah, something like that. It's still looking a bit wonky though. Because when I think back to, like, deer skulls and all of that, they don't exactly have. See, this is the upper jaw. So there shouldn't be this bit going on, but oh, it's all terribly lopsided too, isn't it? I'm too stubborn to look up a quick reference, though. It'll be my downfall, surely. Surely. It's okay though. I'm willing to make that kind of sacrifice. I shouldn't. Move this a little bit on my screen. I didn't start drawing today to really bother myself with it. I just started drawing so I could draw. What I will do though is, because this is not working out, so I'm going to move on to something more mundane. How about this? I'll come back to that later. I'll put it in the speed draw video, because I'm doing this now, and I am just as is going to upload this just as like an ASMR style video. But for the speed draw, it'll still be ASMR, but it will be definitely me going back and forth looking at references, and I'll be recording kind of with that in mind. And I won't have to talk to you guys directly during that. I just decided I would do this for a little bit of fun today. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Is it Drago Unam Rain? Or is it Dragoon Amreen? I apologize if I butcher your name. Yeah, I'll make sure. I'm going to come back to that later with a reference, because I think it'll make it a lot better. I agree with you. They can be great. Actually, I used a reference when I was sketching this because I wanted to make a walking cycle, but I couldn't. Walking cycle, I'm not an animation. A walking pose, but I couldn't figure out how to do it on my own. So I definitely had to come up with something that was beyond my skill level at the moment. Oh, that's not right. That's not right either. I'm going to rotate it this way. Nope, that's my eraser. Ah, that's better. Much better. But if you guys weren't here when I started, this is a older character way back in, like, even before I started YouTube, I was drawing her. I think around 2017. Yeah, she's kind of a comfort character. I like her a lot. But I never really cemented like who she was. I've always wanted to play her for Dungeons and Dragons though. So I might just have to do something like that one of these days. Do some writing for her. Or maybe I'll just keep her to, you know, YouTube and Instagram. Kind of build her story here. She definitely deserves one. I think I wanted her to be a sort of knight when I had first begun. But she didn't really get that far. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. Kind of made this, I was very nervous to do a live stream. It's first one in a while. Years. I think that looks okay. And then we gotta do these lovely thingies. I don't know what these thingies are called. I just know that they're very common guards for like elbows and stuff on armor, elbows and knees, stuff like that. They got these little crimps in them. What I'm gonna do is this. Just fill that in a little bit. So, I originally was inspired to start like doing videos from this group called Vanos Gaming, and I wanted to be a gamer. So if you ever notice any of these old videos on my channel, they're all gaming videos. I'm not very good at games, so it didn't really take off, but I figured maybe art is the way to go, you know? Because I like art. Maybe I'm not always good at it, but I like art. It's crazy how so many YouTubers that we enjoy watching as kids just turned out to be kind of messed up. Absolutely bonkers. I think that looks okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. That's enough. I just like Procreate kind of shortcuts quite a lot. I think they're nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, now we get to this little challenge. I'm actually going to make a layer under this and do this, and I'm going to block out this hand. Make sure that I'm actually doing this right, because I have done this wrong before. There's a thumb. That's okay. I'm gonna get rid of this, because that doesn't make sense, but this does. Make sure that looks okay. More like this, I think. Yeah. And I'll probably look up a reference for this sword, because it's a sword, but it's going to be a bit wonky. Actually, what I'm gonna do. Oop, I'm on the wrong selection tool there, but I'm gonna move this a little bit. Yeah, just like that. Whew. And now comes the fun stuff. Actually, one more move here. There. Now I'm going to draw some. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That'll always get you on it. I'm going to draw some armor for here. I really wish I knew how to draw like armor for the hands that kind of looks like those old European gauntlets with the pointy fingers. I think those are just the coolest. But my skill set is not that. So I usually give them those mitten hand armors, which aren't bad by any means, but they're also like they could be more fun, couldn't they? I think the gothic armors are much more entertaining. Much more entertaining. give her some nice gloves, like so. Couple of threads there just to kind of put them together. And then we're going to lose some of them because I'm going to blot this in to put some shadows. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That looks okay. I'd say that looks all right. We're gonna just do a little bit of some shadow work here. And I know it just looks so random, but I found that's kind of the trick when it comes to metallic shadows. The more random they are, the kind of more realistic they look. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Not that random. Not that random. But it's because metal is so, like, uniquely shaped that when you try to make it look like supernatural, like shadows on a tree or stuff like that, it doesn't quite work. It's curved and all of that. I have an alarm about to go off, so I'm going to snooze that before you guys hear that. This is an ASMR channel, not a party channel. I have done that before where during a video I've been super into it and excited and it's starting to go really well, and then suddenly, bam, my alarm goes off. Either that or while I was in the military, suddenly someone in the barracks is going insane. Oh, but there we go. And now we're gonna go back here, get rid of that, and we're going to put this together. And I think a great place, because we're at 23 minutes, I think a good place to leave this off is drawing the capes, or the cape itself, because capes are fun. I like them. I think they're pretty. Nothing like a billowing cape. Now, if you're a superhero, as Edna Mode says, no capes, but I think someone in medieval times can have a cape. It's not going to be caught. Oh, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate you tuning in. Dragon... Sorry, I'm going to keep butchering this. Dragoon Rain. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I hope this has kind of relaxed you before whatever you got to go and do for yourself. Have a great one. Alrighty here. We're just gonna finish up here. I'm recording this too, so I'll upload it later. And that'll be nice. I think. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to continue. Here. Cool. Right here. Now, if you guys could ever ask, like, tricks for cloth, I wish I could tell you. I really do, because I've got no idea. None whatsoever. I just kind of throw shapes together and hope they stick. And if they don't, I try again. My favorite part of cloth, though, is the shading, because it is a pretty entertaining time. So I kind of just go with the flow of the cloth already. like so. And then I add some lines to it. Clean up that. And hopefully not forget that there's a hand there that needs to be rendered, as well as a sword. I've forgotten it in the past. There we go. Couple lines here. They look a little bit messy somewhat, that's okay. At least for my style, I don't worry about uniformity too much. Like there's uniformity and then there's randomness, and I like to go between the lines, if that makes any sense at all. There's a little bit of this going on. So I'm gonna put that there, almost like the wind is tugging it this way. Fill this in, because if that's not filled in, when I go to color it in with the selection tool, I will go insane. And then we're also going to put a shadow here. Fill that in. And then the same thing. We're going to start at the kind of heaviest area with these lines and put it there. That looks okay so far. I'm going to put a couple lines here and a shadow here. Try to correct that without going insane. Kind of going insane. Alrighty. And then a few lines here. Or shadows, I should say. Like so. Cool. It doesn't look like much, but we're going to be tackling this in pieces, I suppose. What I'll do is probably before the next episode, I'll work on this helmet more. I'm definitely, I'm just going to get rid of some of it now. That way I remember, like, this helmet is not finalized. Because it's definitely not. It's definitely needing a tune-up. I like this bit, though. The only bit I like is the metal plate that I put on it. Which is kind of funny. And then, of course, this stuff we're going to actually edit in the future. That's future me's problem. For now, we're just going to puzzle piece this together. Maybe a bit of this. That looks okay. I feel like this could do with a shadow, though. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but I think that it has my seal of approval. So far, at least. If you guys liked this video, feel free to press that like button, subscribe, and, hit the bell if you want to be notified to my videos in the future. And feel free to comment down below if you like or dislike, so that I can know if I'm doing good or if I need to improve on anything. Thank you for joining the roost, and make sure you get some tea on the way out. Alrighty. Bye.